Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to put a little disclaimer that sorry I was just woken up when I recorded this video, so sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird. And also I just want to say that by no means I mean to harm or discourage any beginner gold makers. This video is of course targeted towards them. However, anybody can be making these mistakes. I sure have made these mistakes in the past few years and I'm still improving on them. So by no means this is supposed to be discouraging them. By no means this is supposed to be like a harmful video to them. This is just things that I have seen, and yeah, feel free to message me about anything you guys need. I love helping people, so even if you're one of the people that have asked me one of these questions, feel free to ask more. I love helping people, and yeah, enjoy the video. Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another gold making video. Today, I'm going to be discussing 5 ways that beginner gold makers, or just gold makers in general, make mistakes and how to avoid them. Now, this video is aimed to new gold makers in a scenario where they don't have a lot of gold and they're trying to build up their stock and everything. However, these rules can apply to anybody, so feel free to listen and make sure you're not doing these. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is undercutting. Now, I get a lot of questions in my DMs as well as Discord and just people asking, so what do I post an item price at? And a lot of people have the idea that they should set the price to something when they post something, and that is not accurate. Now, if we go into my auctions that I'm currently selling, as you can see, for example, Missives of Haste. As you can see, I post the price at the exact same price as the person before me. I do not undercut it by a gold. I do not undercut it by a silver, by a copper, anything like that. I just post it. Because with the new auction house, if you have the most recent post, your auction will sell first. As you can see right here, I am ahead of this guy even though we're posted at the same price. So when people ask, what price should I post something at? All you want to do is go to undersell, put your item in there, and then change your duration, make sure it's a good price, and then hit create auction. I do not sit here and change it here or drop it to 140, stuff like that. This is how markets crash. As you can see right here, somebody dropped it by 8 gold just because they wanted a fast sell, and ever since then it's gone down, down, down. But this could still be in the 1500s if that person did not undercut by 8 gold. So this is just getting out there with the new auction house. You do not have to undercut by a gold, by anything like that. All you have to do is make sure your auction is the most recent. Now, along the lines of most recent, the other question I get a lot is, how do you sell so many things? My server, nothing sells on it. And a lot of these people are going into Shadowlands as new gold makers, and they're trying Shadowlands content. Now, specifically with Shadowlands content, there will be a ton of different competition. Currently, right now, it is 10:30 a.m., so right now there's not a lot of competition. But as you can see, I posted this as you can see, I looted my mailbox right here. So not even like 10 minutes ago, I posted this and it's already undercut, and it's undercut by 2 people and 94 ingots. Meaning, to get to my item, somebody would have to buy over 94 ingots just to get to mine. So, what you need to be doing with Shadowlands materials is checking the auction house and reposting your auctions. So, what I do in this scenario, cancel my auction,
if you find anything exotic,
gather my canceled, repost it, just like that. Now, the reason why I say the duration should be 12 hours for Shadowlands materials is for that exact same reason, because your auctions are not going to last 12 hours. As you can see, my auction barely lasted 10 minutes before I had to repost it. So, setting the duration for 12 hours just saves you the deposit fee that you're eventually going to lose because of undercuts. Now, for old world materials, for example, fell iron ore, I still post it for 12 hours since I check my computer and I'm on my computer like within those 12 hours so I can get it when it expires. However, undercuts are not as heavy. So feel free to post them at 24 hours. If you can't play for a day, if you can't play for 2 days, or you don't want to log on to that character, feel free to set those for 24 or 48 hours because they don't get undercut as much. But beware of Shadowlands materials because you will have to sit there and undercut in order to make gold with current Shadowlands content. The third topic I'm going to go over is you want to start gold making slow. I see a ton of people who are like, I want to make millions, I want to make gold caps, stuff like that. How do I do it? And you have to start building slow. I've been gold making for 4 years, going on 5 years now, and I'm finally getting the full hang of it. Of course, if you do this like 24/7, this is your focus in life. Of course, you could do this faster. It might take you a little slower, depending on how much you can play, how much time you can put into it, etc. like that. But you need to take it slow and don't compare yourself to others. Just for an example, if I go into TSM, I currently have 6.7 mil, and in the past 3 months, I have made 21 million gold. Now, when you look at that, that is a huge number. But if you look at my total expenses, I have spent 12.5 million gold. So, yes, I am making 21 million gold, but I am spending 12 million of it to just make that gold. So I'm really only made an 8.4 million gold profit, which is crazy still, and I'm very thankful I did. However, these numbers don't come overnight. You have to start slow and build your capital. For example, starting slow. If you take these numbers and make them into thousands, I have made 21,000 gold, but I had to spend 12,000 gold to make 8,000 gold profit, if that makes sense. So when you have only 20,000 gold and you spend 10,000 of it into a market, you might only make 5k off of that. But that is making 5k more gold than you already have. So you must start slow, and soon as you hit the thresholds that you need to start flipping and stuff like that, then you could start expanding your gold and you could start reaching these numbers and beyond. So you just need to stop looking at other people's gold and be like, wow, I wish I had that. And you need to start slowly building your own empire. The fourth topic I'm going to be talking about is flipping. Now, a lot of people want to start flipping and making gold on the auction house, but they do not have gold to invest with. It's just like stocks. In order to invest in stocks or anything that you want to invest in life, you have to get a job and you actually have to earn money to do so. And you have to have the money to spend to actually invest in the stocks. So if you are spending all your money on whatever you need in life, rent, stuff like that, then you won't have any money to actually invest with. Just like WoW, if you don't work your normal job, then you won't be able to get money to invest with. So what I say to all the new Goldmakers that have less than 100k, you need to start with gathering. Gathering is a profession, which, yes, it may be boring to some, but it requires no investment and there's no risk. All you have to do is farm for an hour. Yes, time is money, so you are spending an hour, but you're spending no in-time gold to do this. So let's say you can get 100 calcite in an hour. Then you post that on the auction house, 100, then you just made 15,000 gold without spending any gold, which is what you need to do to build your first 100k. After that, you could start looking into cooking, you could start looking into inscription, you could start looking into these professions which you need to invest money into in order to actually make gold. If you want to look at that through TSM, as you can see, let's say I wanted to craft 100 of these. As you can see, it will take 12,000 gold in order to make, and I'll be making 4,000 gold profit. So if I only had 20k, and I invested 12,000 of it, then I'm only left with 8k, and what happens if this flip goes wrong? What happens if the prices drop, and I can't sell it within 3 days, and I have to wait until markets reset? Stuff like that. You need to have money that you are okay with spending in order to invest with. So until you hit 100k, until you hit 200k, until you hit a number in which you are okay with spending that much gold and might not get it back, that's when you could start flipping and looking into bigger markets. For example, This is a BOE I just bought. I spent 35k and I'm trying to sell it for 50k. Now, I told myself it's okay if I lose that 35k because that's not a big chunk of money for me and I know I can make it back. Also, it is a leather piece, which I know I can equip. If this doesn't sell, I can ultimately equip it and make myself better. So, this is not the end of the world if it doesn't sell. Yes, it would be nice to sell so I can make a 15k profit. However, it does not need to sell because I'm okay with losing 35,000 gold. That is how you have to look for in flipping, and you need to be sure that you are okay with losing the money you put in if the flip goes wrong. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is TSM. Now, TSM is super useful. As you can see, you pull up crafting, it gives you values, it gives you stuff like that. You can do mass crafts. It tells you what you need in order to mass craft, anything like that. It can automate your auctions, it can automate anything like that. You can browse stuff like that. It is very good. However, in order to use it, you need to learn how to actually use it. People ask me all the time, what are your operations, stuff like that. But if you don't know how operations work, then that is bad. For example, I'm on a fresh TSM because I am not using it to post. Strictly, I am using it to buy. As you can see, I use it for shopping scans, so all I have to do is scan, let's say, the materials, and they pop up so I know I can look at everything. But I do not have auctions set up, and I will never use TSM to post Shadowlands materials. Of course, I have a ton of profiles, which some of them are really funny because some of them were testing and stuff like that. But I have a ton of profiles that I use for my transmog, I use for my old world, and then I strictly have this one to use shopping scans with Shadowlands. So, yes, it's okay to borrow operations, and you can use people's operations for inspiration, but if you do not know what the tags mean, or anything like that, then that can risk you losing a ton of gold. If you don't know what the minimum buyouts are or what your minimum prices are set to, you can accidentally sell your item that's 20k for only 2k. And when that happens, it feels so bad, but it happens to people and they get discouraged, and that's because they don't actually take the time to invest into TSM. So, of course, you can use people's operations, you can look into people's operations. However, I highly recommend building your own, or at least changing other people's operations to fit best for you so you understand how you're posting your auctions. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. These are 5 ways that people can increase their gold making and to stop their habits that might be losing them gold. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you join the Discord down below, like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.